One of the things I love to do on this channel is track silver premiums. In other words, see how much you're paying over spot for things like 1 ounce rounds, silver eagles, and more. Now, I understand that not everybody does that, and sometimes I bring up premiums and how they're going down and people just don't believe me. But the fact is that I've been tracking this for years. If you take a look at Prospector's comment here, he said low premiums on silver ever since COVID-19, the bullion dealers are inflating the premiums. Just because 1 week you offer something for $250 over spot doesn't mean they are lowering them. Of course, I responded with factual data saying, LOL, my friend, I track the premiums and have been for years. They are definitely on the decline. Wholesalers are now selling generic rounds for 65 cents over spot. In March, they were $3. Eagle wholesalers were $14 over spot. Today, they're $3.50. And in fact, I looked at a wholesale sheet today and they're $3.25. So he responds saying, who are these wholesalers you're talking about? Because I know some of the big online bullion dealers. He names quite a few here. Please let me know the wholesalers links. Remember, wholesalers don't sell to me and you. They sell to the big guys. But those big guys that use what they can buy from the wholesalers, they use what they have to pay to the wholesalers to get their silver to help determine what they then are going to sell it for to you. And then he goes on to say that, remember, not all stackers can buy 100 coins at once to get lower premiums. Obviously, but that's not what is falling. So what we're going to do in today's video is take a look at where premiums are today, look at where they were last year and even before that, and I'm going to show you the steep decline in silver premiums. And I don't just mean the hard numbers, I mean the percentage above spot as well. We'll look at multiple online retailers to see what they have them for today to get those numbers, and I hope that you guys stick around and join me. If you like videos like this and you want to learn more about the silver market and precious metals in general, make sure you subscribe and help us continue to grow. Another year, another monster box of silver. For 2024, SD Bullion is giving away a full monster box of their 1 ounce silver Tree of Life coins. You can enter this giveaway all year, but I suggest that you do it now by going to sdbullion.com/sweepstakes and make sure you enter today. Thank you to SD Bullion for sponsoring my channel. All right, so I just went to 7 different online retailers to find out what they were selling 1 ounce silver rounds for and 1 ounce silver eagles. I got screenshots from each so we can share them with you and you can see where the premiums are today. Then we will compare them to where they've been over the last couple of years. Now, since this is the first time we're doing this in 2024, a couple of things I'll remind you. We are going to be doing the 19 ounce price. I agree with the original commenter here when he said that most people can't buy 100 ounces at once. Absolutely agree, which is why I've always looked at the 19 ounce price. Now, of course, we also look at the check and wire price because most people aren't getting kickbacks that cover the 4% on their credit cards. Some do. If you have really great rewards on your credit cards, you can take advantage of them. But for the most of us, we don't have it. So it's better just to use a check or a wire and save that 4% or so. Credit cards are not free. Sale prices and cheapest available. This is new for this year. So I'm going to be looking at sale prices this year because as you see in my notes here, it seems lately that sale prices just become future regular everyday prices. It's kind of an omen for things to come, I believe. So we're going to look at those. Additionally, we are going to include the cheapest that they have, period, because many people said last year, they say, oh, well, they have this for this. Well, yeah, they did, but they were, varied condition. In other words, they have the dings or scratches, but we're going to go ahead and include them this year as well. But we are going to mark on the sheet if it's a sale price or if it's a less than perfect price. So you will see those as we go through. So let's go ahead and get started with 1 ounce silver rounds. And we will start off with the first retailer. We have Money Metals. Now, Money Metals had these at $3.19 an ounce over spot. They had $26.51 per ounce for a spot price of $23.32. That puts them at 13.68% over spot. That is actually quite high compared to everyone else on this chart, especially as we get into the lower prices. But I will note that $3.19 is cheaper. It's almost what the wholesalers were selling them for in middle of 2023. Now you are having them direct sold to the retailer. The highest one that we saw is at $3.19. Let's keep going. After that, we have APMEX. Now, if you notice, this is our first sale price. So APMEX, the cheapest they had today were $2.99 over spot. That was $26.35 for the 1-19 check and wire with a spot price of $23.36. But as I said, that is a sale price. So as you can see, generally they're $1.50 more. The sale is $25.35 lowest at $25.35, but $26.85 is the normal lowest. So that is quite a bit cheaper than their regular price, but again, we are looking at sales today as well. All right, next after that, we have JM Bullion. Now, this is our first not BU. In other words, they are not perfect, but you can see JM Bullion had a spot price of $23.34. They wanted $26.24 check wire for 1-19 of their varied condition any mint rounds. Now, varied conditions mean they could be scratched, have dings. There'll still be 1 ounce of silver, but they are not perfect. And I did mark that in the top of the sheet. But you can see they had these at $2.90 an ounce over spot. That is a premium of 12.43%. After that, we have another one that is not in perfect condition. Again, any condition, varied condition, whatever. But we have Hero Bullion at $2.40. This is actually, what is that, 50 cents lower? Yeah, 50 cents lower than our last one at a premium of 10.32%. They had them at $25.66 when they showed spot price at $23.26. Next up after that, we have Monument Metals. We had $2.39 an ounce over spot. Now, these were BU, 1 ounce 99 silver round designer choice, but they weren't marked as varied condition or damaged or scratched. They're just whatever they choose to send you. At $2.39 over spot, they had $23.23 spot at the time I took the screenshot with the check and wire price of $25.62. So that is $2.39 over spot for a premium of 10.29%. Then we had SD Bullion at $2.39 over spot as well. Same thing, designer choice, but BU, doesn't say anything about damaged, scratched, or dinged. $25.70 with a spot price showing at the time of the screenshot of $23.31. That is $2.39 an ounce over spot. They're showing a premium on the percentage side of 10.25%. And next after that, we have Bold. Now, Bold has these. These are the Asahi Lunar Dragon rounds. They have these at just $1.95 over spot. $25.18 showing a spot price of $23.23 at the time I took the screenshot. That is a premium of under 10%, guys, at 8.39%. Now, moving on to 1 ounce Silver Eagles. This is where it gets a little bit more interesting, and there's a huge, much bigger spread between the top and bottom tiers as far as premiums are concerned. Let's take a look at these. So the cheapest here on JM Bullion, $8.49 an ounce over spot for random year 1 ounce Silver Eagles. That is a premium of 36.33%. As I said earlier, by time you watch this, maybe they have a sale, maybe numbers have changed, I don't know, but this was accurate as of this morning on January 15th when I recorded this video and took these screenshots. They had spotted $8.49, 36.33%. That is a pretty significant premium, especially today, given that, as I showed you earlier, wholesalers are selling them for $3.25. All right, after that, we have APMEX coming in at $7.99. That is a premium of 34.16%, but this is a sale price. If you look at their sale, they're actually 50 cents cheaper than normal, which means they are basically the same price as JM if they weren't on sale, but we are looking at sale prices today. We included these in the charts. You can see $7.99, 34.16% for APMEX for Silver Eagles. Next up, we have Money Metals. We have $6.89 an ounce over spot. This is also for random years. That is $6.89. We have 29.52% over spot, and they showed a premium of $6.89 when they had spot at $23.34, meaning that these were each $30.23 per ounce, check or wire. Next up, we have Hero Bullion. Now we see a significant drop. We go from $6.89 to $5.09. We have Hero Bullion at $5.09 an ounce over spot for American Eagle 1 ounce silver coins, random years. You can see they're selling these for $28.37, check and wire 1 to 19, when they had spot showing at $23.28. That is a premium in percentage of 21.86%, and we continue to go down from here because next up we have Monument Metals at $4.59. Now we are under 20% premium for Silver Eagles. It is definitely coming down. $4.59 an ounce over spot. They were showing our spot at $23.26 at the time I took the screenshot, and they were selling these for $27.85, 19.73%. But do note that is a sale price. So that is a sale price. That isn't their everyday price, but it's still pretty good. Next up, we have Bold. They have Eagles at $4.35. This is 18.75% over spot, guys. 1 to 19 check and wire, $27.55 when they showed spot at $23.20. And then finally, we have SD Bullion at $3.99 an ounce over spot. That is a premium of 17.08%. They were showing $27.34. This is for 2024 Eagles, by the way. $27.34 with a spot price of $23.36. And so it looks like that's actually $3.98. But, you know, sometimes the numbers change before you take the screenshot. Spot price will move, but you have to refresh the page before it updates for a penny. But anyway, $3.99 an ounce over spot, 17.08, but that is, of course, a sale price. This is not the everyday price, but definitely good to see under $4 an ounce for Silver Eagles today. Okay, so obviously the premiums are down, but really just how much? Let's take a look at the charts here. So I've been tracking these actually going back to March of 2021, but I didn't start doing the sheet until June of 2022. This is plenty of data though. We don't need to go back and do all those as well. The videos are there if you want to go find them. But if we take a look at our peak here, May 8th of 2023, we had 1861 an ounce average. This is all retailers averaged out to 1861 an ounce over spot. The higher tier ones, the more expensive ones, were basically double spot at this time. Now, since then, we have been in a pretty sharp decline. We went from May at 1861 to June at 1432 to September at 7 at 21, and then a little bit of a slower decline since then. And you can see as a percentage of spot, we actually did not peak in May, but we actually peaked all the way back November 9th of 2022, because even though the hard premium was lower, the spot price was also lower, which means that percentage of spot was even higher. But you can see since May, we have been declining as well, going down all the way today to 25.38%. And I want to show you something. You can see that these cells right here are hidden. Take a look at this. Let's reset these. And what this is without the big three. So let's highlight this in green. If you remove the top 3 most expensive Eagle retailers that we just showed you in this video, and then averaged out the other 4, it's actually only an average of 451. So the average of all 7 is 591, but remove those top 3 and we're down to an average of 451 an ounce over spot. And if you're wondering what that is on a percentage premium, we have 2330 spot roughly today. So 451 divided by 23.3, that means an average of 19.36% over spot. Whereas right now we are looking at 25.38. So you also drop a full 6 points if you remove those top 3 retailers. Now, scrolling down to silver rounds, you can see same thing. We are in a decline. It's not quite as steep, but those premiums are definitely coming down. And this goes back, like I said, to the comment at the beginning of the video saying that the numbers are not coming down. Sale prices don't mean a drop in premiums. This is pretty hard data here that I have been continuing to track, taking a look at these premiums continuing to decline. So if we look here, May 8th, we had 491, then we had 418 in June, then we had 374 in August, then we had 347 in September, then we had $3 an ounce average in November 22nd, and then today 260. And the same thing, those numbers would be even lower if you removed the top 3 from that data, but that's not what we're doing. We're tracking them all. That being said, I wanted to put that out there as well. And you can see my hard data down here for each one of these goes all the way through, so you can actually look at the numbers. In fact, if you look at them here, we have 490, 491, 418, 374, 347, 3, and 260. 22.18, 19, 18, 16, 14, 12, and 11.6% today. So yes, the data proves that the premiums on silver is definitely coming down. Rounds, Eagles, other semi-numi as well, other sovereign as well. All of it's been on the decline. I know we're only tracking these 2, but this shows across the board for almost everything. And that is a great thing, because even though at the end of the day, all that really matters is the out-the-door price, lower premiums mean that out-the-door price is lower, which means you can buy more silver for the money that you have. And I think the data proves that this guy is incorrect, that premiums are actually coming down. It's not just a sale here and there. Guys, if you liked this video, if you learned a little bit today, do me a favor, make sure you like and subscribe. Help YouTube recommend this video to others, because we will continue to do this video series through 2024 and beyond. And I hope you guys are here to stick with me and watch it as they come out. Thank you again for watching. If you haven't seen this video yet, it's a great one where I talk to Smart Silver Stacker about the market today, and you should watch it right now. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time.